It is important to recognize that the online class. We interrupt this broadcast to take you live to the Durant High School press room.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. Principal Graham will be up here in a few minutes to deliver his State of the School address. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the principal of Durant High School, Mr. Gary Graham.
Hello, students, and welcome back. I want to congratulate everybody on a great first week. I know things are different here at Durant this year than years past. It looks different. It feels different. We've got different protocols in place already established. But one thing won't change, and it hasn't changed in the 25 years that Durant opened. This is a place where students pursue their dreams. Again, welcome back, Cougars.
Mr. Graham. No questions at this time. Sorry.
Good morning, Durant High School. Happy Friday, and you're watching DHS Today. Mr. Holzbog here on this beautiful morning to bring you the 411 on student expectations as we move into a Stranger Things version of the 2020-21 school year. Thanks, Mr. Graham, for your words and leadership to kick up this year off. Now, I'd like to spend some time talking about the specifics on how to be a COVID-conscious student while on campus. You've noticed the many changes in routines and procedures that have been implemented since your arrival. But, to paraphrase Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent the spread of COVID-19. It's imperative that each of you take the responsibility to maintain social distancing, wash and sanitize your hands more frequently, and always wear your masks. On that note, let's cut to the scene where Mrs. Lewis is live investigating the mystery behind the water fountain malfunctions this week.
Thanks, Mr. Holzbog. Just to clarify, these water fountains are not malfunctioning. They have been intentionally turned off to prevent the spread of COVID-19. However, this type of water fountain will be installed throughout the campus throughout the year. Stay hydrated, my friends. Holzbog, take it away.
Thanks, Miss Lewis, for that refreshing piece. Speaking of Miss Lewis, she is one of 3 assistant principals in the Student Affairs office, along with myself and Mrs. Cleary. We each have a third of the alphabet to look after, starting with Cleary, who has A through G-O, myself, who has last names G-R through P-A, and Lewis rounds out P-E through Z. A Go, Grandpa, and Pez is a handy mnemonic device. Beyond the APs and student affairs, another integral piece of our team is our guidance department. Let's go live to Mr. Arment in that busy office.
The guidance office. These are the offices within which students are guided. Posted just outside the Lairs entrance is this sheet, which lists alphabetically which counselor you have according to your last name. Also, some other personnel in the Student Services Department are listed. Let's continue the investigation into the offices of guidance. First, we have the ESE specialist, Miss Koza, in her natural environment. Proceeding. Up next is Miss Shaw, MOS through SAN. You can see her there in all her glory. Moving on to Miss Canna. Beautiful. yes. Mr. Kerchak, in all his glory. Let's take a closer look. Mr. Kerchak,
Hero.
what is it like to be a counselor of students?
It's rewarding.
What would you say you do more than anything else here in the offices of guidance?
Well, we do a lot of things. This time of year, we're working heavily on schedules. We're trying to make everybody super happy with the classes they're taking, knowing that it's a bit of a challenge under the circumstances we're living in. But it's about the kids, and we're going to try to make them all happy.
What would be your one piece of advice for new students?
My one piece of advice for new students, and this is above and beyond anything going on with the coronavirus, is have some fun, relax, don't get overwhelmed, ask for help when you need it. You're going to find Durant to be a great place with a lot of friends waiting to be made.
Thank you very much.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Proceeding on now, down the corridor of guidance, Miss Carson, the testing assistant. Miss Welsh, SAP through Z, is currently dormant underneath her sleeping habitat. Now we have Miss Simmons, DE through HON. You can see her habitat darker. Ah, yes. A brand new species. Miss Auriglia, the college and career counselor in all her glory. And finally, the data processor, whose job it is to process the data. Miss Sweat, who needs more things on her walls. Thank you for coming along on this tour of the offices of guidance.
Thanks, Mr. Arment. As entertaining as ever. I could really tell by your professional dress just how much you care. Speaking of caring, Mrs. Cleary has caught up with a few of our student services ladies. Let's hear what they have to say.
That's right, Mr. Holzbog. I'm here in the Media Center with our Student Services team, or as we call them here at Durant, our CARE team. This is Mrs. Cardenas. She's new to the school. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here.
I love the question. Thank you. This is my first year here at Durant, and I am your school psychologist. I'm going to support you with your mental health and wellness needs. Considering the stressors today, I am sure that we will be able to connect and be able to provide you that support that you need. Welcome.
And just as a follow-up, how excited are you to be a Durant Cougar?
Go Cougars!
That's what I thought. But Mrs. Cardenas isn't the only member of our CARE team. We have our fantastic Mrs. Fearon. Mrs. Fearon, what other supports do you all provide to our students here at Durant?
We also provide some culturally sensitive activities here. In the past, we've had student-led groups such as SAC Club, Cultura Latina, the Black Student Union, and SGA. So this year, we're looking for student leaders that can help us figure out how to engage students and include their interests.
Outstanding. Did you hear that, future student leaders? Our CARE team needs you. And to round out this fantastic trio, we have Miss Scalaro. Miss Scalaro, what's your role here, and what advice do you have for students here at Durant?
I'm the success coach, and traditions matter here at Durant. So whether you are e-learning or here brick and mortar, we want you to continue those traditions. You may hear the word family being used to describe Durant students. Well, students, welcome home.
You heard it here first. Back to you, Mr. Holzbog.
Thanks, Mrs. Cleary. To sing the same tune, let's take a moment to discuss those actions and behaviors that are plain and simply non-negotiable. Here at DHS, we have respect for our fellow man, and we take very seriously the consequences associated with fighting, disrespectful language towards adults or other students, bullying, whether that's face-to-face, cyber, sexual harassment, and racially charged comments, vaping, marijuana, and other illegal drugs. For those of you doing e-learning, You have etiquette expectations as well. Please be mindful and respectful of your fellow e-learners as you navigate the digital world. Take pride in your behavior and your work.
That's right, Mr. Holzbog. Here at Durant High School, we take pride in our beautiful campus. I'm here with Ms. Culpepper, Assistant Principal for Administration. How can our students take pride in maintaining the cleanliness of this campus?
That's a great question, Ms. Lewis. A simple way to take pride in maintaining the cleanliness of this campus would be to make sure you pick up your trash after lunch. If you're outside on our courtyard, you'll notice that we have trash can receptacles almost everywhere on the courtyard, so that when you're done eating, you can help us keep our campus clean by taking your trash and putting in that receptacle. Another way, if you're in the cafeteria and you're eating your lunch and you get up, please make sure you take your lunch. But if you happen to see something next to you or something on the floor as you walk, just pick it up and help us by placing that in the receptacle as you leave.
Thank you, Ms. Culpepper. Holzbog, back to you.
Thanks, Miss Lewis and Mrs. Culpepper, for your clean take on what it is to have cougar pride. And ladies, gentlemen, your clothes are a prideful representation of yourselves as well. The expectation is that you fit your wardrobe within the student dress code guidelines found in the student handbook. But for a more tailored message, we will cut to Mr. Arment for the do's and don'ts.
Student affairs. This is the office where student affairs are handled. Coming into the lair now, the first thing you'll find is Miss Simons. Miss Simons is who you'll see when you get sent to student affairs for dress code. Miss Simons, what happens when someone comes down for dress code?
Look at one of those lovely shirts.
She's going to cloak you in the coat of another creature. Ah, speaking of dress code, it's the dress code lady. Miss Cleary, can you tell us all about Durant High School's dress code?
Sure. Dress code lady, coming at you here. Don't cover your head with a hat or a hood. Make sure your face covering is on. Make sure the shirts we wear are an appropriate length. They do not promote anything that's inconsistent with Durant's culture. Make sure our skirts, our shorts, those hemlines are fingertip length or lower. Make sure that our masks don't promote anything that we are asking your shirts not promote as well. Dress code lady, out.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Holzbog.
Clearly, you can see Mr. Arment has a keen fashion sense. Guys, it's been quite the journey today, with a lot to take in. I'll leave you with a couple general PSAs. Student drivers, decals will be taken care of beginning next week. We will have a digital platform to purchase those with more information to come. Reminder, campus opens at 8 a.m., so I don't want to see any of you sleeping outside on the sidewalk at 7:30 in front of the main office. And lastly, to say things have been thrown into the upside down is an understatement, but I am confident that our students are the best in the county, and if anyone can make this work, it's all of you. Stay healthy, Durant.